Hi YouTube family, and welcome into today's video, which is, as you see, I'm kind of in a different position here today. I have my vanity kind of to the side of me. What I'm planning on doing today is a declutter video of my palettes. I've just gotten way too many. They're not getting the kind of use that they need. And so I wanted to go ahead and declutter them because, you know, there is always so much makeup coming out, so much to try. So I did really quickly want to say to you guys, yes, I'm okay, because I know I've been kind of MIA for the past week or so on YouTube and my other social media. I'm having a struggle with my health right now. So this is an easy way for me to get a video up for you guys without really having it be too much for me. So I'm going to probably do this all in one, so it's going to be an extra long video, and I apologize for that in advance. So let's get started on this declutter. Okay, so since there are so many, I'm going to pretty much go very quickly through everything because we would be here all day if I didn't. Let's just start with two that I'm absolutely not going to declutter, and these are the Theory palettes from Viseart. And one is the Amethyst palette, and the other one is the Nuance palette. And as you can see right here, they're pretty well loved already. I have a tendency not to make a dent in too many things, but these are ones that I really do love, and I am trying to use quite a bit. So this one right here is one of the Bad Habits dupes for the Huda Beauty little palettes, and I can't remember what they're called. But I'm loving this one too. I've been using this one quite a lot. This one's called After Hours. So I really have been loving this one. Good pigmentation. Gonna be keeping that one. Next one in here is one I've got from Pure Cosmetics, and this is the Sculptor palette. I just barely got this, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It has a nice mirror in it. Really enjoying this so far. It has some gorgeous highlighter colors in there. They're very similar though. I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but the two colors down here are really nice for actually doing contour. So I'm definitely going to be keeping that one. The next one is the Vice palette from Face Candy. This is 9-color eyeshadow palette. I love this palette, you guys. Of course I would, because it's all purples and I love that. But this right here, this lilac-y purple, is so pigmented and so nice. So I've been really enjoying working with that one. There's a swatch for you guys. I said I wasn't going to. This is the Fire palette from Makeup Revolution. And I love this palette. I really do, but there's only two right here. There's only two of the matte shadows, and I'm a little bit disappointed in that because everything else you have to work with is pretty high metallic, and it's kind of hard to, you know, just continue to work with metallics instead of doing, you know, instead of working with some mattes. So I think I'm going to declutter that one. This one is another Makeup Revolution one of mine, and this is one of my most loved one. This is the Neutrals versus Neutrals. This has got a lot of peach, and it's got the warm colors over here, and then it's got some really nice cool colors over here. And you can tell that I love this palette. I reach for it all the time. This is more of a day on my daily palettes, and what I would just reach for to do a really quick eyeshadow look, because it's got so many mattes. If you haven't picked this one up, I suggest this one because it's one of those ones that is a staple in my collection. Okay, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, the Prism palette. I haven't had enough of a chance yet to work with this one. It's a beautiful palette. I love the colors. The other thing that I'm not really crazy about this palette is that it doesn't have a lot of lighter tones. You have a lot of these bold, deeper tones, and I get that, but I really wish they kind of put like one or two just a little bit lighter mattes in there besides Unity. This one right here, Obsidian, oh my gosh, that's the best black I've ever used. So pigmented and so great. So I am keeping that one. Of course, the Modern Renaissance palette, everybody has one. I'm not getting rid of this one either. This is the Mint Chocolate from I Heart Makeup Revolution, another company that Makeup Revolution has. And this palette I love, because what you can do, even though these are very, very rich colors, they're very, very, you know, got a lot of color payoff, and bam, look at that. So even though they are like that, you can definitely take this color right here, which is like a beige pinky color, mix them with anything in here and tone everything down. So I love that about these particular palettes for Makeup Revolution. I'm going to be keeping that one. The next one is the Rose Gold one, same type of thing on there, but they threw in quite a bit more mattes on this one, and I love all of these rose colors in here. They are just so beautiful. Oh my word. word. You could use that one as like a blush topper. So pretty on that one. And then this one is the Chocolate Vice one. So these are all ones that I really love. This Chocolate Vice one looks a lot like the Neutrals palette now that I'm looking at it, but I really love it. And I'm going to be keeping it and working with it quite a bit as well. Okay, this next one is from IT Cosmetics, and this is the Naturally Pretty Matte Luxe Transforming Eyeshadow Palette. And this palette I have used quite a lot. Even my daughter went ahead and used it, but I just can't get into this palette. And they do give you the shimmer that you can kind of mix with these and transform these into shimmers if you like. This palette is just not for me. It felt a little chalky and it didn't work quite for me. So I'm going to declutter that one. The next ones, I'm not going to declutter at all. These are all of my ColourPop ones. So I am going to go through these fairly quickly. This is the My Little Pony palette. I don't know if this is available or not anymore, but this is a palette that I reach for all the time, almost daily. This is my Kathleen Lights and Dream Street palette, Kathleen Lights times ColourPop. And I do actually really love this one. I haven't worked with this one enough yet either, but man, the looks that I've gotten out of it, they're incredible. By the way, if you are wondering what I do with my palettes, if you look in the description box and then you look in the comment section, I will tell you what I'm going to be doing with these palettes. Go ahead and look down there for what you can find out about what I'm doing with these. This one is called the Element of Surprise palette. I love this palette and I use this purple color right here all the time. I mean, I'm talking, I use that purple color constantly. It gives the most beautiful reflex. It's just amazing. And that palette is one that I have really loved having. This is the She palette. This is the Femme Rose collection, the She palette from I always murder this, Karush and ColourPop. Anyway, I've used this one a ton too. I love that you get this whole roll of mattes down here, and then you have these beautiful shimmer colors up here, and they're buttery and lovely. The next one is this is the Yes Please palette. I use this all the time. I actually used this morning on my look. If you want to go back and look at the beginning of this video to see, this is what I used. This is such a pretty palette. This palette is the Milkshake palette from Face Candy. And this palette is actually a dupe for the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette, which actually, you know what, you guys? I think I like the Milkshake palette a little bit better. It blends a little bit better. I get a little bit better color payoff from it, and I think that I'm probably going to be decluttering my Just Peachy Mattes one. So that one's going in the pile to get rid of as well. This is another one from ColourPop, but this is a face palette. This is the Her palette from Femme Rosa, and this has the 3 colors of different face products in it. This is kind of a really deep palette. This one I've had forever, and to tell you what, I just told you to go look at my makeup look. I used this color right here on the lid, and it turned out so pretty because I was looking for a peachy metallic-y color, and that's what I used. This one is the Stila, this is Stila Eyes Are, the Window Shadow palette, and this is the Mind. And this is a matte palette that, as you can see, is clean as all get out, because I have tried to love this palette. I don't know whether I need a palette that has both shimmers and mattes in it, or what I really need from a palette, but this palette I've had for a long time. I've tried working with it over and over again, and it just isn't for me. So I am going to be decluttering that one. Let's go over here to these over here. This is one of actually my favorite palettes. This is the Tarte contour palette that they brought out a long time ago. And these shades right here for contour, as I get deeper in the summer and as I lighten up during the winter, so pretty. This blush is a winner for me. It has a beautiful, just like a mauve cast to it. The next two I'm also going to keep. This is the Je ne sais quoi palette. I know that you can still get this one from IT Cosmetics. This is a quad palette. It has this one right here is their Bye Bye Pores powder. This is their Je ne sais quoi cheek one. This is a highlighter, which is really nice because it's not like another one that is like too much. It's just right on like every day if you're wanting that subtle highlight. And then the contour shade right here. So I'm going to be keeping that one as well. And the Becca and Chrissy Teigen palette. I love this palette, you guys. So it has these extra shades that Becca had in their highlight range. And then it has the contour or bronzer, and then it also has the blush. The blush is a little too deep for me, but as I get more and more tan through the summer, I think it's going to be great. Okay, another face palette. This is where most of my face palettes are. Kevyn Aucoin. I'm not going to be getting rid of this one. I dip into this one all the time, and I travel with this one. So beautiful. If you get the chance to try one of these, this is Capri Cool Pink, and it's called the Neo Bronzer. And I do know that many of these are still available, and I think I picked this one up a year and a half ago. So pretty. I love it. This one is the Narcissist palette. This is the blush palette from last holiday season, and it is one that I really enjoy too. The colors in here are just perfect for me. They had one come out this year that I really felt like I just couldn't use because it just wasn't my colors at all, but this one I really love, and this one is called the Unfiltered 2. Then this one is my Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette. I will not be getting rid of this one. It's kind of a collector's item at this point. Really have liked this one ever since the get-go. Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop are the two colors in there, and those are available in her line. This next one is from BH Cosmetics and Ashley Tisdale. This is called the Goddess palette. I think this is so pretty, and I did love it when I got it, but these two colors right here are the only ones that are matte in it, and they're deep, deep colors, and even this one has a tiny bit, it's more of a satin. So that's really the only true matte right there. It was a good formula, I think, but I think I'm going to declutter it because I don't reach for it at all. This one is a palette from Juvia. I am starting to absolutely love Juvia as a company. This one is the Springtime in Paris Matte and Shimmer Eyeshadow Palettes. I got this on the recommendation of Mrs. Lola Lynn, Laura from her channel, and I absolutely love this thing. This is such a pretty plummy color right here, and I've used it so many times, and it just brings off this incredible look. This one is the Gwen Stefani and Urban Decay one, and I know I should be getting rid of some of these, but I can't do it. I love this palette. I am so glad that I picked it up when Urban Decay had it. It is discontinued now, but I do use it all the time. Okay, the Gimme More palette from ColourPop Cosmetics, and it says, I like your face on the front. This is the highlight palette that I rave over and over and over again about, you guys. I can't say enough about these highlighters because they're every bit as good as the ones from Becca that are all of her highlighters, but I actually think I like them a little bit better. These are like glass, and I don't know what the formula is. I don't care what the formula is, but oh my goodness, they're so pretty. So not going to be getting rid of that one anytime soon. This one is a ColourPop All I See Is Magic, and I told you guys I wasn't going to be getting rid of any of these. So this one has a great variety of warm and cool tones, and it also has that great variety of mattes and shimmers and metallics, and I love this one as well. This one is from Makeup Revolution. This is the Reloaded Iconic Fever palette. I am going to be decluttering this one. It's not even had the seal broken on it yet, so I am definitely going to be decluttering this one. It is a brand new palette, but I have never reached for it in about the, I don't know, 6 months I've had it or so, something like that. This one is the Athena palette from Bad Habit. These were supposed to also be the dupes to the Huda Beauty palette, and I have tried to love this. I have done my best to love this. You have a great mixture of what are the matte colors and then what are all of the shimmer colors or metallics, and then your one glitter. So I'm going to be getting rid of this one as well, just because I don't ever reach for it. The next one is the Sofx palette, and this is 24 Ultra Professional Eyeshadows, and I'm telling you, this is probably the best thing that Makeup Revolution ever did, was to collab with this little gal, because if she picked out all these colors, she picked out a winner. This is like hit it out of the park type palette. I cannot believe how incredibly gorgeous this palette turned out for them. And this color right here is like an emerald green with gold reflect in it. It has a great big huge mirror on it. I love this palette. So many mattes in it, and yet you have those incredibly gorgeous metallics that are just, oh, they're so pretty. And it is very, very blendable, very wearable. It's just, oh, love that palette to death. All right, you guys, so I'm putting the ones that I'm getting rid of over here because I'm totally running out of room on my desk. All right, and then I have the Cheek Parade palette. This one came out 2 years ago as well, around the holidays. Not last holiday season, but the one before that. And it's when California came out, which I love. And actually, I was wearing, again, today I was wearing that on my face. It's so pretty. I need to get my hands wiped. But it had Hula Light in it and regular Hula, Dandelion, and Rocketeer, which Rocketeer was one of my favorites until I discovered the California one, which I think is so pretty. Okay, Galaxy Chic palette from BH Cosmetics. These are baked highlighter shades or metallic shades, and boy, I am telling you, these are beaming beautiful shades. They are just something else. I cannot express enough how much I love this palette. I don't reach for it enough. I want to, and I keep forgetting about it. That's the thing with having too many palettes. You just don't remember what you have everywhere. But this is one that I'm going to start reaching for all the time. So that one I'm keeping for sure. This one right here is the Amazonian palette from Face Candy. Although I like this palette in many, many ways, I do not find myself reaching for it ever. I reached for it the first time I used it, and then I was like, you know, and I was just like, I don't really need this palette in my life. Plus, again, like I said, you have so many and you don't know. So I'm decluttering that one. This one right here is my beloved Pro HD Powder Contour from Makeup Revolution. Definitely not getting rid of that one. You can tell that I love it to death. This one is my matte palette from Karity. And I thought I would absolutely fall in love with this, but you know what? I didn't, guys. And there's really no reason why. It has just about every color across the rainbow, and they're very pretty. But at the same time, it's just, again, I don't reach for them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to declutter that one as well. This is the semi-precious one from ColourPop. I'm not going to be decluttering that one today because I just got this one in my BoxyCharm, and I hadn't had that before, so I'm glad to have that one. This one I also got in a BoxyCharm. I don't remember when this was, but this is from Naked Cosmetics, and this is a highlighter palette, and I have not touched it. It's brand new, but I don't feel the need to touch it either. And the reason is because I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I really do like that. And even though I'm sure that that's what they were trying to do, was give you a little dupe of it, I just feel like I really love my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So I'm going to be keeping this one, and I will be decluttering this one. And then I have the other Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Aurora Aurora Glow Kit from Anastasia, and this one I'm going to be decluttering today because I never ever reach for it. I got a chance to work with it quite a lot, and the colors are gorgeous. Some of them, like this one, is got a little bit of a flip to it, but I just don't reach for it. Okay, I'm going to show you my Juvia's Place really quick. This is the Magic palette by Juvia's Place. Love their Egyptian artwork. Not going to be getting rid of not one of my Juvia's Place. It's kind of like ColourPop to me. If I got rid of them, I think I would cry. This is the Nubian 2 by Juvia's Place. Again, not going to be getting rid of that one, just to give you guys a peek of it. This one is the Masquerade Mini palette by Juvia's Place. You guys, they're so pretty. And I use this one all the time. I even did a look for you guys out of that one. I will try to link that below. This is the Festival palette by Juvia's Place. I just got this one recently. Haven't had enough chance to work with it. But wow, these colors are so vibrant. I mean, if you guys have not ever seen Juvia's Place before, I mean, let's just get real for a second. That is like some bam in your face color. Look at that red. Holy cow. Can you guys believe that? Oh, love it. And that is how every single palette of Juvia's Place is. The mattes are buttery, pigmented, immensely beautiful, and then their shimmers are like knock it out of the park. And if these gals would hire me as a spokesperson, I'd be their spokesperson all day long. Did I say that this one was the Zulu palette? Hopefully I did. They're kind of blinding. Okay, this is the Deuce palette by them. I heard some people say that they were really disappointed in this when they got it. Not me. I love this thing. It just is so incredibly gorgeous. I love color, so I don't have a problem using color from these guys, and I just think that they have done such a wonderful job. Okay, this is the Saharan 2, mattes across the bottom, metallics right here. Gorgeous. This is the Saharan I was just talking about. These are much smaller, but still the pigment and the payoff. Hello. Let's go to lunch, because we're done. Okay, so this is their blush palette. This is fantastic. This is the lighter one. This is the number 2. This is a little bit lighter. I got it because the number 1 was for more rich, deep, dark skin tones. But oh my word, you guys, I'm not kidding. It's just like, can anybody just stick me with a fork because I'm done? I love Juvia's place. Okay, this is from Mally. This is the Nude Attitude Eyeshadow Palette. It just wasn't one that spoke to me. It has beautiful colors in it. I'm not saying that it doesn't. It just is one of those palettes that I guess maybe isn't enough of colors to get me going. I don't know. A subscriber sent this to me. One of you guys did. This is the Contour Cream Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've been working with this quite a lot, and this one is in light, and I'm really enjoying that. So thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that so much. This one is the Sephora Contour Kit, and I'm going to declutter this one because even though these look really good, and you can see I've really used this middle one a lot, it goes on to orange, and it just has that orange cast. So that one's going to be decluttered as well, and then we're down to this pile right here, and that's all we have, and I'm working on it. Okay, this one is the Natural Eyes from Too Faced. I've had this forever. It's time for it to go because I'm just done with it. This one is the Makeup Revolution Pro HD Strobing Palette. I will not be getting rid of this one. If you guys haven't tried their strobing creams, look at that thing. It's got like this duochrome, flippy, beautiful thing. This one has 2 creams and 2 powders in it for highlight. This is the Bad Habit Supernova palette. And this one I'm going to be decluttering as well because everything's too dark for me. You have 4 of your mattes, and then you have some satins and metallics across here. It just is too dark for me. This one right here is from Tarte. This is one of their palettes. It's called the Rainforest After Dark Colored Clay Eye and Cheek Palette. It's got basically pretty much everything you need to do. If you needed to do your brows, you could use one of these colors over here to do your brows. You've got your highlight, your blush, your eyeshadows. Pretty much you just basic all around great palette. This is from Crown Pro Glam Metals. And this is one palette I got in BoxyCharm, and I haven't, look at that, it's got that cool mirror that's in the shape of a guitar. This is one that I've never used either. The only one in here that is matte is the black metal, and all the rest of them are all shimmers. I just don't think this is one that I would use that much, so I haven't touched it. It's a brand new one, and it's going to be decluttered as well. And then my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I am not going to be getting rid of that one because I use this color and the banana powder almost every single day. Okay, this is the brand new palette that came out last, I think it was just very recently, last month, I guess. Again, I'm going to be decluttering this one just because I just have too much in my collection. I don't know what's there. And even though it's a nice palette, it's definitely going to be decluttered. This one I just purchased and I had it in a haul. This is the Laura Geller Cheek to Chic palette, and loving this one. And this highlight right here called Honey Lavender is so pretty as a cheek topper. I just, woo, I can't begin to tell you how much I've said that like 20 times. I can't begin to tell you. I love that thing. It's very pretty. Let's put it that way. Okay. A while ago, Tarte had these, and it's leopard skin, and it's just like a Z palette. It's got a humongous mirror in it. It's got a gargantuan mirror. It's as big as the palette. These are all my Buxom shadows that I got, and I made up my own palettes with, and I just decided that since I wasn't using them enough, I was going to put them in here. And this is one of my own palettes that I made myself. This is all ColourPop and Makeup Geek. Of course, you guys can tell from this palette how much I love purples. This palette is from Coastal Scents. The outer part, the holder, is from Coastal Scents. I get these because I can see in them. This one right here is more of my browns and my greens and blues on that one. Really like that one. This is a palette I'm not going to be decluttering. This is the Modern Mattes from BH Cosmetics. I love this thing. I could use this thing every single day and be as happy as a clam and never get bored with any look I put on. It's so pretty. And then this one is the Smoky Eyes, same thing. I love this thing. You've got a great mixture of your mattes and your shimmers, and you've got just some wonderful things, colors to play with that you don't have to worry about. They're so gorgeous. Okay, these are the Makeup Revolution palettes that I bought that I thought, you know, these are going to be great because they can hold a ton before, but like I said, I couldn't see in them. So that wasn't my cup of tea. This one is brand new. It's got a little bit of markings right here on the outside, but it's brand new, and I am going to be decluttering it. And then here's another one of them. And this one I am decluttering a few shadows in. These are shadows that I felt like were duplicates in my collection. So there are, let's see, there's 6, 9, 10, 14 shadows in here. This one right here is my Kat Von D Metal Matte Palette. And as much as I thought I would love this palette, I don't reach for this ever. I can tell you that it's a beautiful palette. It has some great colors in it. The only color that I was really disappointed in was this color right here called Silk. It just didn't give me it doesn't look like the swatch like what it does in the pan. And you can see right there, it comes off way more brown on your hand than it does in here. So that was the only one out of all these that I was disappointed in, but I don't ever reach for this. But this one is my Carly Bible palette. I did a look with this for you guys on a paint by numbers, and I won't be getting rid of this one anytime soon because it's one of those ones that I love, and you guys can get your hands on them still. This is my Beauty Creations Elsa palette. I really love this palette. It has some just intensely beautiful blues in here, and then you go into the warm colors, so you got this mix of cool and warm, and these pops of color that just make me happy. So I really love having that one. I'm going to be keeping it. This is the Valentine palette, the Scarlet palette. I got this one a while ago, and to tell you the honest truth, I'm not using this one enough, but I love it, and I love all the colors in it, so I just need to be reminded to use it. So that's why I need to be decluttering some others. The Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, obviously I'm not going to be getting rid of that one. It's upside down. So there it is. Because I can do so many tutorials for you guys with that one, even though it's really not my favorite palette. This one is the BH Studio Pro palette. This is the 42 color one. And there they are. Aren't they pretty? Oh my gosh, they're so gorgeous. I can't stand it. They're just gorgeous. Okay, these are ones that I've reached for this palette many times, and I really do love working with it. And it's just one of those palettes that, yeah, I think you're yummy, and I couldn't get rid of you even if I wanted to. So I love it. It's just so pretty. If you guys get the chance to get that one, I highly recommend that one as well. And lastly, this is the Dare to Create Morphe palette that came out in the fall for the holidays. This is the 39A. And it is really pretty. This is the same formula. Let me turn this. This is the same formula as the Jaclyn Hill palette. You guys, it's gorgeous. There are just so many pretty colors in here. And you get these huge pans of these neutral ones. But there aren't really any light colors in here. So if you're a woman of deep skin tone, this would work perfect for you. And, you know, to have it would be great. But at the same time, it is really big. So it's like, it doesn't work for like travel or anything, and it's not one that I reach for because I forget about it because it's always tucked away because of how big it is. So I think I'm going to be decluttering this one as well. These are the ones that I'm getting rid of. And so these right here are all of them. I think I did pretty good. 21 palettes that I'm getting rid of, you guys. I think that's pretty darn good. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that it was a little bit long. I apologize for that. Please give it a thumbs up if you do like these videos where I do a declutter like this. Remember, I said to go down into the description box to find out what I'm doing with these palettes. I love you all so very much. Thank you all for supporting me. I hope that you're all having an amazing, wonderful day, and I'm going to go play with my palettes that are left over. Bye, you guys.